Ahoy, my friends. Ahoy, my buckos. Ahoy, my scallywags. Welcome to the Gaming Galleon. It's the most decadent week of the year. I don't know if you knew that. It really is, because it's the week after Christmas. What does that mean to us? Well, that means that all this merriment, all this looking out for the other guy, all this holiday cheer, we don't have to do that anymore. We got the goods. The fat man came down from the North Pole, and he dropped the bombs on us. And now he's headed back to take a little siesta. So we can be ourselves again. How about that, huh? We can be the game-grubbing, penny-pinching pirates we always want to be. And that's what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to be enjoying our gifts. We're going to be checking out the box over here, which is full of stuff that I bought for myself. And of course, and honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a letter left in that mailbag. I'm not sure. I didn't even bother to put one in. Usually there's some left over, but I didn't even take the time to check our email system. The pigeons may have dropped a mailbag on the deck. I didn't bother. I just, I got on the deck, popped the game into the navigator, basically took a nap on the way here. And we're parked. We're in the Bronx somewhere, a really seedy part of town. I'm not worried about that. That's what the crew's for. We've got the gangplanks up. There's no real way anybody can get onto, a 50-foot tall ship, from the road. So, no big deal there. But that's about it. It's kind of depressing a little bit. We should be probably taking some of this stuff down. I was talking to a buddy of mine today. He's like, oh yeah, the wife told me to start taking the Christmas decorations down. I was like, geez, man, it's not even the New Year yet. You're not going to let it breathe? He's like, no. Gotta take it down. So at least, we can, drown our sorrows of having to put all this crazy crap away by enjoying our gifts. Now, what did I get this year? I asked for two things. I asked for the impossible, a couple of pair of pants that fit. That's like Mr. Clean asking, hey, does anyone happen to have some hair they could give me? I got pants, but they don't fit. I'll be sitting in a return line here pretty soon, trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Maybe, I don't know. What am I going to get? Sweatpants? Who knows? But what I really asked for was this. The Super Retrocade by Retrobit. Oh my God. Take a look at that beauty, huh? Who's on the cover here? Just out of the box. You got Mega Man. There you go. You got Mega Man. And you got Strider. That's a strong start, huh? What do we got on the side here? Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2. It just boggles the mind that I'm going to have a plug-and-play system where I'll be able to plug it into any TV anywhere in the world, and I'll be able to play Mega Man 2. No cartridge. No blowing into the cartridge. I know this is no big deal for you people out there who use emulators, dumb ROMs. I don't do that. I find there's a certain romance to having a collection. And that's why I like plug and plays, because you're basically stuck with whatever they give you. You got Final Fight on there. Burger Time. Never been a big fan of Burger Time. I know people like it. The arcade version of Double Dragon. And that's really where this system shines. is there are a number of arcade games here that never made it to any of those excellent PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 era compilations that you'll find out there. A lot of these games never made the light of day, and a good amount of them are just games that are way too expensive for the average guy to pick up, like R-Type 3 here for the Super Nintendo. Very expensive game to get on its own, and we have it here. The emulation on this is very good. I've heard some people complain about Double Dragon. I feel like there are a couple of platforms that I should have made and missed in Mega Man 2 when I played it. But aside from that, it's spot on. It's spot on. You know, you got a lot of shooters here. You got a couple of fighting games. It comes with 2 controllers. Every one of the games has a save state. 3 save states, so if there's a particular part of the game you enjoy, want to play it through again with a friend, you've got it saved right there. There are 2 ways to plug these into the television. You've got AV out, and then you've got the ever popular HDMI out. And that's why we actually get to play the Super Retro Arcade today, because it is HDMI out, and that's what the Navigator runs on. I'll give you a shot of the controller here. It comes with 2 of these controllers. There you go. Not too bad. Kind of looks like an SNES control a little bit. I like these little divots on the end there. Not too bad, not too shabby. And pretty easy to open up. If one's not working right, you open it up and fix it. And the asking price on this bad boy is $60. $60 for this guy. You know, that's the price of a AAA title, new release. And the best part is, unlike some certain plug and plays out there that are really hot this season, you're not going to have any trouble finding this one. Nobody cares. Absolutely no one cares. Every stream I walked, every retro stream, I'll tell you this. These retro streams on Twitch, they don't know what they're talking about. They're like, let's just speed run Zelda over and over and over until the end of time and get, you know, hundreds of dollars for it. I'd walk into a stream, I'd say, hey, how about that Super Retro Kid? They're like, huh? Well, you'll see it here. Maybe it's all over YouTube. Because you know what? Everybody on YouTube sure got one for free. Retrobit sent it to them. Well, I had to ask for it. So this was hard-earned, nice list kind of stuff. All right, I had to walk up. I had to be Sisyphus. All right, I had to push the Christmas ornament up the hill to get this guy, and I'm glad I did. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We're going to be playing a game that you may know of, but you've never seen on a console before. It's never made it to a console. Obviously, all this stuff's emulated. We'll get that out of the way. But this has never been a situation where I could plug this game into a television and play it. It's called the Combat Tribes. It's made by a company called Technos. And Technos, they're primarily known for Double Dragon. Okay, why aren't we playing Double Dragon? Because everybody's playing Double Dragon. I know, it's on the system, that's great. There's games on here that I've never heard of that I was excited about, or games I haven't seen in 25 years. Combat Tribes is one of them. This game made it to the Super Nintendo in a watered-down version, and I've always had it in the back of my head to do this game as a voyage. But it wasn't until I got my hands on the arcade version of this that I was like, now we can do it right. So let's get to it. It's the Combat Tribes by Technos. It's three guys, three muscle-bound doofs, going from borough to borough of New York, taking out the gangs. That's the plot. And the exciting thing about this game, well, the fighting is great, but the thing that really sets this apart are the gangs themselves. It's very akin to the movie The Warriors, or the Rockstar game The Warriors, if you're familiar with that. But let's get to it, shall we? It's the Combat Tribes by Technos for the arcade. For the arcade, ladies and gentlemen. My mic is low. Hopefully this is better. I'm sorry. I'll try to speak up for you. Okay? Let me turn it up a little bit more. Man, it's hot, so it's just me mumbling. Sorry. I'll speak up. Here we go. All right, the Combat Tribes. Check these guys out. Are these guys not ready for action? I've already got some quarters in there. Give me a little audio. Alright, here we go. 2 buttons, just punch and kick. Oh, I'm going to play Berserker here. Alright, first act, we're up against the motorcycle nuclear warheads. Oh yeah, bring it. Hey, is this yours? Catch. No parking, pal. Oh, hello! Come here, you. Oh, that guy's got a pink shirt on. He's way ahead of his time. Oh, 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 oh. Oh! Woo! Can I pick that hot dog stand up? Oh, no, I can't. So the cool thing about this game is, the thing that I think always set it apart for me was, Double Dragon was basically a story, you know, your girlfriend gets beat up and kidnapped. So you have to go on this big, long campaign to track her down. This is different. This is a set area. Look at this. Hey, I'm busy. Oh! Hello? Anybody leave their bike here? Is this yours, sir? There you go. Whoa, dang, that was not cool. Come here, you. You'll notice this is a very small arena. So it's all just about a down and dirty arena combat. And I always thought that was great. Ugh. Don't worry. Berserker's back in. Oh. Oh. Trying to kill his minions here. Yeah. And what a weird company Technos is, because it's like this is a way Japanese company. Oh, he's crawling away from me. But every one of their games seems to be about beating the crap out of guys in New York City. I'm not exactly sure why that is. It's not just Combat Tribes and Double Dragon, too. They've got like Renegade. Renegade's basically that. Renegade may as well be like an R-rated West Side Story. Here we are at Coney Island, I would say. And now we have to take out the gang called the Demon Clowns. We'll beat up the Demon Clowns here. We'll take them out. It looks like there's a puppet show going on in the background. Oh, there's a go-kart. Hello. Come here, you. Oh. Oh, I got caned. Yeah, have a seat. Look at you, got creepy mimes. This was way before mimes were scary. This was like basically the only one who had a problem with mimes at this time when this game came out was basically Technos and Stephen King with It. So the fact that we were beating up clowns, amazing stuff. Oh, you still up? No, you're not. Want some popcorn? Oh, we're here for the puppet show. Who's your pal? Who's your boss? I'm here to see your boss. Alright, there he is. We're gonna take out this flamer and then we'll hit the booty segment. How's that sound? Lots of good stuff in the booty segment. Oh boy. Can't wait to show you. It's one decadent disposable income booty segment. All about us booty segment this week on the Galleon. It's just the way I like it. Don't worry, we got unlimited continues on the Super Retrocade. Unlimited quarters here. Come here, you. There are two other characters. I always play Berserker here. I think I like his spiky haircut. But you gotta love... and the name of my gang is the Combat Tribes. I think I like to play this guy just... but all three of them are just these gigantic... 15-foot-tall, muscle-bound dupes. Come here. And they decide to take it upon themselves. There's no girlfriend involved. They're just here to clean up the streets of New York City. One borough at a time. Look at this baby. He's putting all of his men in front of him. Oh. What's up? Oh, I was kicking him while he was down. I didn't know I could do that. Another great thing about Technos games, you're never really sure what moves you can do. They give you 2 buttons, but there's always like a lot of context sensitive... Oh, good night. A lot of context sensitive stuff involved. Alright, just me and you, pal. This is a no smoking section, sir. Technos land. Oh! Oh! I can't let him get away from me. Ugh. What a jerk. He knew how to use the environment. Oh! Yeah, you can't beat the Combat Tribe, sir. Oh, he wouldn't let me get on him. Oh! So would you let your kid play this in the arcade? I sure hope so. My parents did, and I turned out fine. I'm sure if my mom knew I was spending quarters on this, she would have been very unhappy. All right, let's leave it there for now. You can pause there at any time on your Super Retrocade. There we go. All right. Give me some. Oh, hello. Hey. There you go. Oh, God. Put everything in the same place so that everything falls into one another. There you go. Man. Welcome to the Gaming Galleon, home of the effortless transition. I'll speak up because I have a feeling this microphone's on death's doornail. But we do have this guy. This guy will help us out. All right. Booty time. Let's get over to the chest. So this is all stuff I picked up over the past week. This is not stuff that anyone gave me. I was out in Illinois. So I always stop at a couple places out there. The first place I always stop is Lafayette, Indiana. It's about half an hour between Indianapolis, where the boat is stationed throughout the week, and Central Illinois, South Chicagoland, more specifically, I guess. No, not really. Doesn't matter. Central Illinois, it's about halfway between those. Lafayette, Indiana is a college town. I've talked about it before. But they have this one store that just has the right prices. So let's take a look at what I got. I didn't see much there. Frankly, at the time, it was really busy when I was going in. This was a couple days before Christmas, so everyone was there trying to buy stuff. I had a stack of PS2 games that I was going to use as trade-ins. I wasn't planning on spending money. These were all games that I think we showed a little while back. They were just like $1 each, just forgettable. Good games, but games we have doubles of. Star Wars Battlefront, Dirge of Cerberus, PsyOps, things of that nature. About 11, 12 games. And I was going to buy a couple of Game Boy games. They had like Bronx Adventure for the Game Boy for $9, which would have been cool, but I wasn't going to spend it out of pocket. So I said, I got some trade-ins. The guy's like, dude, you're going to be here for 2 hours if you wait for trade-ins. There's a lot of people here. And I said, okay, well, I'll get one game that's cheap. So out of pocket, I paid for nothing special here, $4 Game Boy game, Ninja Boy by Culture Brain. It's just a kung fu top-down kind of thing. Nothing exciting, just part of our trip. I made my way into Illinois. Oh no, that's right. I decided to stop at one other place in Lafayette because it was early in the day. Didn't spend much time there, and I never go to this place because the prices of this is like a mom and pop place that just goes is very high priced stuff. They'll usually charge you $3. Like all their Nintendo games, for example, are marked as 3 for $20, and this will be like just the most bare bottom stuff, like baseball or Silent Service. But this place is absolutely packed. They've got tubs on the floor. They've got racks and racks, CD racks of stuff, all encased in plastic with really high prices. Every system you can think of. And it would take you, a full day, the better part of a day, to go through all the stuff they have, because it's just they bought in so much stuff and just laid it on the floor that anything could be in there, but you got to dig through it. Well, all I was really interested in was the Nintendo games. It hadn't been a long time since I've been there, so I'm like, let's check out the Nintendo games. And I knowing the prices were high was one thing, but I was still shocked by the sheer amount of stuff they had at this place. So I was looking at the Atari games, maybe saw a couple, but even Atari games they were asking like $5 for, way too much. And then, incredulously, I found these games marked as priced among the rest of the Nintendo games. Not exactly sure why, but they were all $2 each. And if you're somebody like me, $2 for a Nintendo game, even if it's games you have, you just can't leave them behind if they're the right titles. And I kind of have a little bit of a second Nintendo collection going on over at my parents' place in Illinois. So I always like to try and pick up cheap doubles if I can to leave over there. I don't know if I'll ever sell them or whatever, but they're there to play. If anything, with my nephew or something. So anyway, check these out. First one we came across here was... I should have just picked them up one at a time. RC Pro-Am. Really great racer for the system, made by Rare. Very popular at the time. Really holds up today. Many people's favorite shooter for the system. Many people. Not my favorite, but certainly up there. Second one, $1.99 here. Dragon Warrior. Man, was Dragon Warrior a common game back in the day. But, past few years, it started to go up in price. Been harder to find because everybody wants it. And for $2, that's a lot of legs. It's a traditional role playing game. For many of us out there, it was our first role playing game. It's got that gold label. That means it's got a battery backup. It's the epitome of grinding for experience and money, so you can get better equipment, so you can explore the rest of the world and save the princess. Got highlight here. $2. I like this box art here. Anything with dragons and knights, I'm a big fan of. This game gets a lot of flack. A lot of YouTube videos out there with people saying this game's terrible. I don't have a lot of experience with it. It's really a poor man's kind of Zelda. It's an action RPG. If you ever played the Ys series, the old Ys games, it's basically you run into a monster and the two of you trade blows until one of you is destroyed. So I don't know. This game gets a lot of flack, but for $2, it's one we didn't have in Illinois, so I was happy to pick it up. I'd like to sit down and give it another shot. Probably the best of the bunch here. We got Blaster Master. Woo! What a great game. Made by Sunsoft. Excellent music. You're this kid. Your pet frog happens to step into some sort of mysterious radioactive waste. Turns into a 400-pound frog. Drops down into a big hole in the ground. You drop along with him, and apparently there's this tank ready to go. You get in the tank, and all of a sudden you're exploring this underground, these underground caverns. 2D, kind of like Metroid. You're backtracking to get better equipment for your tank. It's a great game. Played the heck out of it as a kid. And then finally, every collection should have a pinball game in it. As far as I'm concerned, we've got the original pinball in here. Those were all $2. Pretty hot stuff. I don't know why. I swear this guy, every other game in there was 3 for $20. I don't know why these happen to be here. So I may have to go there a little more often. I don't know. I think I just got lucky. A couple days passed, and I go to... it was the day after Christmas, maybe? I go to my local store there in Illinois. This is a another high-priced brick and mortar. I usually don't find any deals here. I actually was going there to return a TurboGrafx game I bought that was broken. At least it seemed like it was broken to me, but they cleaned it, popped it into their system, and it worked fine. So that was nice, but so I'm looking around, shopping around, no good prices. I'm in there at least an hour. I've got 10 minutes left before I have to go meet up with the family for pizza. And that's when the guy says to me, geez, it's buy one, get one free, and you're holding on to like three for $5 throwaway Game Boy Advance games? And I look at him, I'm like, what do you mean buy one, get one free? He's like, the whole store, it's buy one, get one free. I'm like, were you going to tell me? He's like, didn't you hear me say it? I said it like 2 other people. I'm like, dude, I don't listen to your conversations. So now I have 10 minutes to go over the entire store that's buy one, get one free. Now we have a situation. So I'm like, I only have so much time here. We got to there may be better deals, but we're just going to have to go with what we know. I went straight to the TurboGrafx area, see what they had. They had nothing, even if buy one, get one free. Everything's been pulled. It's like gambling games and sports games. If I'm going to buy these expensive TurboGrafx games, they better be something special that I'm going to play. I'm not just collecting those to collect them. Nintendo, on the other hand, he did have a shelf of boxed Nintendo games. And I thought to myself, okay, if we get a $30 Nintendo game, we'll get a second one free. That's $15. And then a boxed Nintendo game, I'm comfortable with that. So... I look on the shelf for ones I don't have. He had one on the shelf that I knew I didn't have. And it was Darkman. You remember this movie? I've never seen this movie. This is an old movie from the 90s. Darkman. I guess it's about this I don't know. The This guy can turn into other people's faces or something like that. I think he's a cosmetic surgeon or something like that. Anyway, it's made by Ocean. Ocean's a subsidiary of Sunsoft, I believe, so that's a pretty good pedigree. The box is in nice shape, decent shape. To be honest, I wasn't buying for the box. I was buying because it was $15, and a Darkman. I've seen the game going for like more than 10 loose, so I thought 15. Well, he was asking 40. I said 40 is a little high. Can you do 30? And then I'll get another game that's under 30. He's like, okay. So I was pretty satisfied with that. Every other game I saw there, I thought I had. There was one game it turns out I didn't have. It was in the box. It was one of those religious games. It was called Joshua. That's kind of cool because you don't see those in the box very often, but I was really going to want to play that. Boxed games, unless you're getting them for a song, these are games you generally want to one day sit down and seriously play, or a game you really appreciate. So I'm looking on the wall and I see one action RPG that I really like. If you were around during that time, who doesn't love George Lucas's Willow? You remember Willow? You are great. I think Van Kilmer. I saying that right? Van Kilmer, right? Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was the swordsman there. He, so we got this for, this was our free game. It looked like it was in great shape. Looks like it's in wonderful shape. This is an excellent action RPG by Capcom. The manual's in here, but then I look at it later. I don't know that I would still return it because I like the game so much, but look at this. There's a big hole in the back. That's somebody cut off the and this is exactly why. It says here, now that I'm putting this in, somebody cut out the barcode. It says it's got a little deal here. It says save up to $10 when you purchase Capcom video games. You probably needed to have the barcode to get that rebate. But the rest of the box is in real nice shape. I don't know about these stupid stickers. I haven't tried yet. I'm real pissed off I can't get those off right. I might bring it back to the store and be like, hey guys, take those off for me. But it's a beautiful copy and a great game. So those two together we got for $30. I thought that was fair. How are we doing on time here? We're 35 in. So we got 5 more minutes for booty. 10 more minutes for the combat tribes. Yeah. All right, cool. That's good. That's enough time. So Christmas is over. I'm on my way back to Lafayette. And I still have this stack of games. These PlayStation games we never did anything with because the store was so busy at the time. So my plan was to go back in there, give them the stack, and buy whatever I could with the stack. We spent, this is around 11 games there. If they're PlayStation 2 games, I didn't spend any more than $1 on them each. So, I'm $11 in the hole there, and they gave me $26 in credit. I think that's a pretty good deal. So now I'm looking around the store. I'll check the shelves. Nothing that impressive. So then I say, you got any carts in the back? And the guy is like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, you don't know me. I said, I don't know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatever. This guy goes in the back, and I see there's like 3 boxes filled with carts of all shapes and sizes. This guy decides to empty one of the boxes and then put all of the Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games into that box. And all I'm thinking is, what are you leaving behind? I don't trust you, 20-something. You don't know what you're doing. Guy who's been there for 3 months. I know who works here. I know the guys. There are guys who know me by name. You don't know me. Bring it all. But what he does is he brings all the Nintendo games. I go through them. It's all stuff I'm not that hot on. It's all loose stuff. I'm like, I see that there's some boxed Sega games over there. Can I take a look at those? in the box. He's like, oh yeah. So he goes back over there. He starts gathering up all the boxed game. Just bring the box. He brings them over there. I'm like, you could just bring the whole box. I don't know what I'm looking for. He's like, oh, okay. So I look through all the boxed games. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing there. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm waiting for him to react. And I'm like, so can you just bring those boxes, the whole box? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, have you seen any boxed Nintendo games? Now I feel like I have to ask. Now I have to be specific. And he's like, because I know he doesn't know. He's like, oh, I don't think so. I'm like, okay. So why don't you bring me that box? So he brings me a box. It's got some loose Genesis stuff in there, some Atari stuff in there. I'm actually finding a couple 5200 games, a couple of television games I want for $1 each. But in all of these loose games, there is one boxed Nintendo game sitting in the box. This is why don't trust these guys. They're not out looking for you. They're ready to go home. Ask over and over. Make sure they're showing you everything. In one boxed Nintendo game, and the price was through the roof. They were asking $70 for this Nintendo game. Now, let's break this down. This is a store that does not price by condition. So if this game came in the door beat up with a ripped label, they'd charge $70 for it. If it came up complete with the box in nice shape and everything you needed inside to play the game, they're asking $70. Okay? On top of that, they are not going to, even if they just had the loose cart, they're not going to ask the eBay price. They're not going to ask the online price. You're going to go on the internet, you know what you're looking for, you're going to buy it. A brick and mortar store, they have to move this inventory to make their money. So as a result, they usually price them lower. And if you're in a smaller city like Lafayette, Indiana, even lower than most cities. So $70 for this, I knew, not even looking at eBay, I knew was an incredible deal. And now it was time to go back to the van, my car, and pull the cherries. Pull the gems I've been sitting on that we've found for nothing for a day like this. So I pulled 5 big hitters. I pulled Pikmin for the Wii. That's like a $30 game. I had a copy of Mario Kart for the Wii. A copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox. It used to be a really expensive game. That used to be like a $60 game. It's gone down considerably since then, but still fetches a price. Teen Titans for the Xbox. Very rare game. Very expensive game to pick up on its own complete. And I feel like there's one I'm forgetting. But about 5 games. Okay, all heavy hitters. So I brought those in, and these were all games I spent $1 each on. I know for a fact. Oh, and Luigi's Mansion. These were all games I spent 50 cents to $1 on. Okay, so you paired the $11 up with the PlayStation 2 games, and these games cost me. I think I spent $5 to get that Battlefront 2 for the Xbox. So in total, we're in this $20. They give us $78 in credit. I buy the few in television games I get, and then this game for $70. Le Empereur by Koi. Have you ever seen? Let's get that sticker off there. That's $69.99. Have you ever seen a classier looking Nintendo game? Than this. Relive the past, it says. It's a historically accurate turn-based strategy game where you take on the role of Napoleon. Look at that. The manual for this, it may as well be a phone book. Take a look at the size of this manual. First of all, give me a second. Three whole megabits. Yeah, 3 whole megabytes on this cartridge. Not screwing around. First of all, we've got what appears to be some sort of poster. Oh man. And what a poster it is. Look at that. Look at all that adventure, huh? On the back, this is all the nuts and bolts you're going to need. You got a map of Europe. All kinds of information you're going to need to take over Europe. Got the cart here. Cart is in stunning condition. Beautiful. Got that gold label back there. That means we can save. Look at the size of this manual. Look at that. I'm going to be spending a couple nights in bed reading this thing. So there you go. That's got to be the hardest to find, the classiest looking complete in box NES game we have on the ship. It was just a masterpiece. I am going to play it. Am I going to play it all the way through? Maybe when I'm retired. But, you know, they were asking 70. We put in 20. The game itself, if you're trying to find it online, people are clamoring in auctions to get just the cart for around $150. So you can just guess how much it costs in the condition we have it. I didn't think that was worth leaving behind. Do you? So there you go. It was a pretty profitable trip on our Christmas voyage this week. Let's get back to the Combat Tribes for the arcade, shall we? I believe the next, I don't remember, what are they called? You're going to love the next gang, though. Who we fought so far? The motorcycle nuclear warheads and the demon clowns. It's time to clean up another part of New York with the Combat Tribes. Let's get back to it. Oh, I need my headphones. The Slash Skate Screamers. Wait! Don't beat me up yet! I need my headphones! Button mash! Alright, here we go. Come here, you! Oh! Yeah! Oh, 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 oh! So where are we here? Studio 54? Who knows? I think this is a little after Studio 54's time. You guys got nothing. What's up? You know, the only problem with Berserker is his knee, his charging knee there. I kind of wish I had a better like a jump kick, a proper jump kick. And one of the other Combat Tribe members, he's got a proper jump kick. But, I don't know, man. Can't get away from Berserker's hair. Oh! Come here, you. Who's next? Oh, nice shot! Can I get a drink? Ugh. Oh. I'm trying to just kick him. Yeah, there you go. I love just kicking them when they're down. All right, let's head down to the second floor here. Or the first floor. Woo! Oh, boy. Shout outs to my cousin Tammy. She does this thing, the whole roller skate thing, you know, like those chicks who, you know, knee each other in the face as they're rolling around. Roller derby? Is that what that is? That's still big. People do that. That's serious business, man. She's good at it. I wonder if she still does that. Maybe retired by now. It was a long time ago. Oh! Kick, kick, kick! Yeah! Ha! I'm starting to get the kick when I'm kicking when they're down now. Oh! That just never gets old. Oh, they should have tripped on him. What's up? Kick you, I'll kick you, I'll kick you. I'll throw you, punch you in the face. Is this shallow gameplay? Sure it is. Is it fun? Oh, that was awesome! Absolutely. And if you were a kid, you got, you know, 3 minutes of this. And then you've spent all your money. Ugh. On the Super Retrocade, now, finally, 25 years later, I can play it as much as I want. And let me tell you, that day after Christmas, I did. I played this all the way through. And I was like, I gotta share this with the crew. They need this special moment. And I think we need this. I think we needed this after the last month. The last month's been great. But gosh, you know, we've been doing voyages so sweet. You know, I was getting a cavity. Yeah. So I think we need to balance ourselves out a little bit these next couple voyages. Remember that it's not all candy and roses in video game land. Uh-oh. This guy. Serious business. We'll probably have to wrap it up after this guy. Oh! This guy wouldn't be so bad if he didn't have a... He's walking in here with a sledgehammer. Come on, man. That ain't fair. Oh! And he's got these guys here sucker punching. That being said, man, I think I'm doing alright. Whoa, boy. He's raging. Ugh. Can you imagine putting him quarters for this? You want to, though. You'd want to keep playing. Come on. Well, what are you going to pop your quarters into? The Super Mario Brothers Paperboy? Come on, man. You don't want to play Paperboy. You want to clean up New York. Ah. Oh! Oh, God. A smart man would be taking out his minions, but there you go. They're not that easy to take out, actually. Look at... Oh. Especially when you got a guy with a sledgehammer coming at you. All right, that's all she wrote. We'll leave it there. Good times. Good, clean All right, well, maybe not clean. Nothing clean about that. Good fun to be had. Right there on... right there on the Combat Tribes. For the arcade. All right. Yeah, enjoy your gifts. Be mean again. You know, be yourself. Christmas is over. Santa's gone away for another 11 months. So feel free to play all the violent video games you want again. Breathe. We can all breathe again. I hope you spend the week enjoying your presents. Let's get over to the mailbag here and see if you guys left me a present. All right? Let's see what we got here. I gotta get these decorations down. This looks really old. I don't think this is... This looks beat up. This definitely looks like a Reddit. Oh, yeah. This is an advertisement for Hipster the card game from a convention I went to more than 2 years ago. Okay, here we go. This is actually the perfect letter to end with our decadent week here, our post-Christmas time to enjoy these presents I worked so hard to get week. This comes from 12-inch Anaconda. And he writes, "Yo, can I get some money?" No. No, you can't, sir. No, you can't. I had a guy come in one of my streams last week. He said, hey, if you put a shoe on your head, I'll give you $10. I'm not that desperate. Okay, I'll go to the pawn shops to get my deals. I don't need them from you fine viewers out there. No, you can't get any money. If you're a 12-inch Anaconda, I have a feeling you don't need it. People are probably buying you dinner every night. Okay, we'll leave it there. Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. I hope you guys enjoy the next week. New Year's is coming up. I'm going to be working New Year's Day. So I don't plan to be staying up late. You know me, I'm not much of a late guy anyway. I mean, how many times have I fallen asleep during a stream? But I'm looking forward to exploring the Super Retrocade even more. And I would encourage you, if you're looking for a new system to get that's on the cheap, I'm excited about bringing this on vacation. It was, you know, the best thing about this system was if I had gotten a PS4 Pro this year or an Xbox One X, I guarantee I would not have done what I did, was able to do on Christmas Day, which was plug this baby in and have my nephew play through a scrolling 2D brawler with me all the way through, easily for him to figure out. 5 years old, you can figure out how to press the punch and jump button. I was able to play a decent SNES golf game with my dad, who just does not play video games, but he was, you know, giving enough that day to sit down with me on Christmas and play, and actually, you know, gave me a run for my money. I'll just tell you, it was 9 holes. 7 holes in, it was time for dessert or dinner or something, so we didn't get to finish. But he was up a hole. We were playing match play, so kudos to him. And then I played, a nice horizontal 2D shooter. Shooter! Not shmup. Not shoot 'em up. And for God's sakes, not cute 'em up. 2D horizontal shooter with all the way through with my brother-in-law. I think next time I'm going to be in town, I'm going to sit my sister down. We'll probably play some puzzle games. Who knows? Maybe I didn't even get my mother involved on a puzzle game. I don't know. But try and do that with your PlayStation 4. Try and find something for everyone on your PlayStation 4. All right, we'll leave it there. I'm not shilling the Super Retrocade, by the way. No one gave it to me. Retrobit does not know me. I do not know them. This, channel, this pirate ship could not be more lost in obscurity as far as the retro gaming community goes. So just for the record, I'm not. I just am that excited about my Christmas gift. And it was really great to be able to share it with you. I give you one more look at it. This is what we played Combat Tribes off of today. The Super Retrocade. All kinds of awesome adventures to be found. There you go. All right. We'll see you next week for another adventure. I think it's going to be even more violent if what I have planned goes through. We'll see. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week. And until next week. Come here, you landlubber. Actually, well. Well, and adieu to ye Spanish maidens. Well, and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for to clean up New York City. And we may never see ye fair ladies again. That's delicious. Enjoy those gifts, my friends, and keep that powder dry.